What the hell kind of Captain Hook smut retelling Peter Pan Wendy story is this? Lost Boys trigger warning. Wait a minute. Trigger warning. Yeah, there's trigger warnings in here. Definitely. Okay. We're 15, 16 chapters in. What kind of trigger warnings? One, this is very gory. Very gory book. Well, not too bad. It is gory, but some of the shit that he says on top of the gore, like the smut over the gore, woo! If you don't like that kind of shit, you might want to watch another one. Look, I'm all for smut. I don't have a problem with smut. Sometimes I feel like it's a little overdone, though. Is this a retelling? No, it's definitely not a retelling. It's just the way that if I put some of these characters that you already know, so as soon as you hear them, your mind is like, oh, I'm into this book. That's what this is. She just took a bunch of characters that you already knew, nostalgia characters, and brought him forward and made a whole new story with it and was like, I'll get him hooked because I'm going to use these characters. Nostalgia's going to hit and you're going to run with it. And oh boy, are you running with it. And who said this was stalkerish? Because this ain't stalkerish. One, this is a fast-paced moving book. They don't give you enough time to do stalkerish. He seen a girl, he liked the girl, he followed the girl, he got the girl's attention. Boom. That sounds like a normal kind of move. Now, had he been hiding in the car, hiding in the bushes, doing some stalkerish shit? No, he owns the damn bar. He's just coming up straight up, like, look at the girl walking into my bar. That ain't stalkerish. That's just, hey, I see this girl walking in my bar. She's hot. And she's Wendy. And I'm Captain Hook. Of course, I'm gonna freaking go after her. Or the Lost Boys. Look at some of the gory shit was a little weird, like the gory on top of what he said he wanted to do over the gore. A little weird. But you got me with Mafia because whoever said he's this big time, look at it's Mafia. It's Mafia, okay? It's a Mafia feel. And when you write a book with the character and you want that him to have that presence, this book did it. This book is like Persephone and Hades, touching the darkness. She gave Hades that persona, that depth that he's not to be fucked with. She gave him the same hook. So you feel his presence in this book. You feel his I'm boss. You do what I say. Even when he goes to the coffee shop. Like when it was Wendy's chapter. She was in the coffee shop. He's in the coffee shop. There was a dickhead in the coffee shop. He took over. And he didn't even say much because it was Wendy's chapter. So, but you felt his presence. You knew, mafia boss, this dude's about to get fucked up. You're messing with this girl, you're about to get fucked up, dude. You don't mess with the mafia boss. And this is definitely some mafia shit. Now, POVs, start the prologue with him and what happens. And you know what? And then it goes back and forth. And you know, we have a feeling that her dad's obviously going to have some connection with what happened to him previously. We already know the uncle and everything. So this is basically his mafia boss. And then her family is going to be somehow connected with his because her dad is rich. They moved from Florida to Massachusetts. I would love to move to Florida. I don't know if I would go from Florida to Massachusetts, but I think I'd keep my happy ass in Florida, warm state. Anyway, he's got a boat because Captain Hook, duh. He's got a team because Lost Boys, duh. He's after her dad because Peter Pan, duh. And his name's Captain Hook. And Wendy, come on now. Did you think he was gonna really date this Maria girl? What's her name? Maria? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, POV, him, her, him, her, him, her. I do like that. And so instead of like over there with that Touch of Darkness where they gave Persephone her own book and then gave him Hades his own book, it's just chapter for chapter. Him, her, him, her, him, her. And you kind of want to get back to his chapter because he's a very interesting character. So 15, 16 chapters deep. What do I think about this book so far? You got me at Mafia. And then when you gave him the presents, like if they would have said Mafia, like you don't have to say Mafia, you know it's Mafia. But if they would have made him some kind of mafia boss and he didn't have the presents, I would have thrown this book. But it already gave him presents. So now with the presents and the I'm a badass, you got me. Is the smut a little overplayed? Yeah, sometimes, but I guess it's just put region for the type of character he is. Like he's that fucking crazy. So because he's that fucking crazy, we gotta have a lot of smut in it, apparently. But so far, 15, 16 chapters in. What do I think? I'm hooked. No pun intended. There we go. I'm ending it with that. I'm hooked.